Competition is not a healthy thing, so we do unhealthy shit.
I'ma post a lot and hope to God the motion I believe in provoking. There's no facade, I'm poking hard. The joke is to broke the guard to open an overflow with hopeless artists. I wanna flip the culture but flow the scar. It's so distraught, it's close to the blowing off. It's only thought to show you the road to solve it. It's taking a little moment to show the problem.
Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, CEO, MTS Nutrition, on our Facebook group. That's Facebook.com, Tiger Fitness Group in the search bar, or just click on the link down below. I answer all your questions, and when I do answer your questions, I send you a free tub away. Anyway, this one comes from Kyle Bruner. I've been dieting for almost 8 months, but I have a show in mind that's 10 weeks away. Should I take a diet break? Number one is, what is a diet break? Does that mean just eating like shit for a week straight? Does that mean eating like shit for a day? Does that mean ramping up for 4 of those weeks, which is what I think it would take to even make any impact? What exactly is a diet break? And if you've been dieting hard enough and long enough without instituting some refeeds, I'll explain those in a second, then you're probably not in a good spot to be doing this show. I think you should give it some extra time. It also depends on how lean you are now. If, let's say, you're at 6% body fat and you want to ramp up a little, come back down, then eat into the show, I'm all for that. But if you're like 12% body fat, right there, it's going to be really hard to get ready for a show. So it depends on where your body fat is. If you are below 8% body fat, I think, hell, go for it. You know what? Go for it. Just institute some refeeds, and I'll explain what I do in a second here. I prefer ramping up. I prefer ramping up calories and building back your metabolism, so to speak. So your body's used to eating a larger number of calories or carbohydrate, and then you cut down for the show. So here's the deal. Here's what I like to do. As people get leaner, they can sustain more of a caloric spike or an increase in calories for, let's say, a transient period of time. I like to either do a day-long refeed or a free meal. Let me explain how that works. Now, a day-long refeed would be, let's say that your normal macros are 200 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, and 100 grams of fat. All I would do on a strategic refeed is pick a hard day, like let's say a leg day. Okay, and what I would do is on that day, I'd take those 100 grams of carbs and I'd bump them up to 400 or 500. Literally increase your carbohydrate by 300 or 400 grams, depending on how lean you are. What that'll do is give your body more fuel. It'll spike a bunch of different things, not getting too sciencey, thyroid, leptin, all that good stuff, be it in a transient nature, but that transient nature might just be enough to pick up fat loss. Now, without citing studies, I will say that I have a couple clients right now who have literally been bottomed out on calories, macronutrients. They're literally at a gram per pound of protein per body weight. They're at per pound of body weight. They're at like less than 50 grams of carbs and about 0.3 grams of fat per pound of body weight. However, I have been able to maintain their fat loss by throwing in 1 to 2 strategic refeeds a week. So their calories are really low. Instead of dropping them even lower, I'm able to spike that carbohydrate intake, and it keeps their fat loss going. So I do not recommend taking a diet break. And another thing is we need to kind of identify what a diet break is. I know a lot of people might say that's eating at maintenance. My question is, do you really know what maintenance is? You've been dieting for so long, going by a chart isn't going to work. If I went by a chart for my maintenance calories, I'll tell you what, I would lose 10 pounds in the first day. My metabolism is much faster than most of those charts has me eating. So let's say if I did a TDEE calculator, even the one we have at Tiger Fitness, which I think is one of the best out there, if I was to eat that, I would lose a lot of weight. But if I'm in a period of inactivity, you know, if I misjudge the activity, like there's different levels. There's super active, moderately active. If I misjudge what category I'm in, or if let's say, like right now I'm doing boxing training, my carb intake is about 50% higher than it was before I started that. So to say I'm going to go straight to maintenance, also if you're so far below maintenance, let's say you're 500 to 700 calories below maintenance, you go straight up 500 to 700 calories, you might gain 5 or 10 pounds. I don't know. You don't know how the body's going to react. So my opinion is, if you should take a break from dieting after a prolonged period and you plan on doing a show, my opinion is no. I suggest if you are lean enough, adding in refeeds while keeping your calories low or even lowering them. Now remember, you want to set your protein at about 1 gram per pound of body weight. This is my thing, my opinion. You want to set your fat at about 0.3 to 0.5 grams per pound of body weight, and carbs and cardio are your variable. As you need to lose weight, you decrease carbs or you increase cardio. I like to keep my fat and protein once they get to that level. Again, I start my protein with a lot of my dieters at around 1.5 grams per pound of body weight per day. I start my fat at 0.5 to even higher grams per pound of body weight per day. I start my carbs with my clients at as high as humanly possible. And what we do is as we hit stick points, we knock those down. Another variable is low intensity cardio. All or most, not the really large one, of my clients do Tabata post-workout on non-leg day. So 2 to 3 times a week, they're doing 4 minutes of Tabata to maintain that cardiovascular. Now, for actual fat loss, I'm going to err on the side of low intensity, steady state cardio. So what I will do is I will start at usually 3 times per week doing 30 minutes of low intensity, steady state cardio on top of Tabata. They can do a post-workout whenever. And as we get closer to the show, normally my clients are 6 to 7 days a week. Again, this varies. I have some clients who never do anything but Tabata. I have some clients who do 2 a days, believe it or not. I hate doing it, but sometimes competition is not a healthy thing, so we do unhealthy shit. So what we would do is I'd have 7 sessions of 45 minutes of cardio. I normally don't take my sessions over 45 minutes. Instead of doing over 45 minutes, just because it's a fucking lot of time, I'd rather split them in 2. So I might have 10 total sessions of cardio per week, with 7 being 45 minutes and 3 of them being 20 to 30 minutes for that extra caloric burn. So remember, it's all about calories in, calories out. But science aside, refeeds just fucking work. Anyway, guys, Tiger Fitness Group, link down below. Please join it. We'd love to have you there. It's a very supportive group. And of course, be sure to like, subscribe, click that little bell on the top so we can help you out. Every time we upload, it pops into your feed and you know to look at this channel because, well, let's be real. I'm really fucking awesome to look at. And that's not a game.